How is everyone doing tonight? Saturday night. I feel all right. Let's make some stuff. Tonight is a little bit different of a stream per normal. We're not going to be building anything because we already have it built. It's a resin printer. For those unawares, I got a resin printer. It's this. It's a Anycubic Photon Mono 2K. The box is open. I did open it because other than my chicken scratch here, there's actually no labeling on the box that actually told me what it was. And I wanted to make sure it was what I wanted it to be before I go live, because it would be very embarrassing if I opened this up and it was filament, and then I'd have to do nothing but dance for like the next 3 hours. So we got ourselves a resin printer. We're going to make something tonight on it. Yeah, I'm actually excited for this. I have not played with resin before. I'm going into this pretty much completely blind. I've watched one YouTube review on this printer. I've watched a few Uncle Jesse videos. That's about it. I'm going into this completely noob. I don't know any tips or tricks on resin. It is completely, for the most part, alien to me, other than the fact that the bottles of resin, when you shake them, sound very satisfying. So, I got some resin. I got a wash and cure station. We'll get this unboxed. We'll get it set up. We'll print something. And, yeah, we're going to have fun tonight. In case you guys haven't been aware, like, I haven't done any videos in the past 2 weeks. I've just been kind of busy. It's now getting nice out. You know, got to do stuff around the house. It's springtime. So kind of just taking it a little bit easier the past 2 weeks. I've streamed a little bit more. I know we've got 2 Vorons here that need wiring and stuff done. So tonight's stream, we're just going to focus on this, I think. We're just going to have a good time. We're going to get this going. And we're going to print something. We're going to print something from our sponsor. Thanks. These guys, right there. Thanks.com, sponsoring the stream tonight. In fact, I printed from something from their site today. Yes, that mean guy from the internet with bad lighting. There you go. Good old Muskie, Papa Musk, the Doge Father. If you want that, if you want to print your own internet meme guy who apparently pisses a lot of people off, but it's an awesome model from Chaos Cortex, Chelsea. Go to Thangs, link below. we're going to go on that site later today and find something to print. But enough talk, enough chit chat. How y'all doing? I have not watched chat at all yet. People are asking me for me to dance. I could do the Bachelor Shuffle, and I can support masonry when it comes to dancing. So if you want to see the Bachelor Shuffle, or make sure that your walls don't collapse, I'm your man. So I'll go get this going. Once we get this up, I'll talk about the other stuff. But it's a resin printer. For those that don't know, resin printers use resin. They don't use filament. So you don't have spools of plastic. You have a jug of plastic or resin, I guess. And it uses UV light to harden it layer by layer. So resin is one of those things I've kind of always wanted to get into, but I can never really justify it. Fish FPV, Nero, hello. Hello. I've always wanted to get into resin, but I can never justify it. The reason for that is resin is messy. It's a lot more niche than FDM or FFM or whatever the proper way of saying it now is. That's it in the box. So that's nice. It comes out of the box nicely. So it's a lot more niche. So if you're getting into 3D printing and you don't know what kind of printer you should get one of these. Get an FDM printer or a filament printer. Don't jump into resin unless you know you want a resin printer, because it is nowhere near as friendly or easy as FDM in terms of like the whole process. Okay. Don't drink the resin, but it sounds so sad. It sounds so, you know, thirst quenching. This paper can be used for leveling. And I can read Chinese too. This paper can be used for leveling. See? We got instructions here. Zoom in the camera a bit. Photon Mono assembly instructions. We're going to go through this because I don't know what I'm doing here. Resin printers are simple though, for the most part. It is literally a Z. It's a screen and a Z. That's about it. Oh, David's here. Hi, David. Everyone say hi, David. So, advantages of resin printers. Layer time is consistent. It doesn't matter how much stuff you cram on the bed. Your layer time will always be the same. So the only thing that will make your prints take longer is obviously like layer time settings, but your Z height. So it doesn't matter if you're printing one thing that's X millimeters tall or 20 things that are X millimeters tall. Your layer time's always the same with resin. So that's kind of neat. And you do super high resolution layers. So usually FDM, most people sit around what, 0.2 millimeters for a layer height. Resin, from best I can understand, most people run around 0.05. So, and it's all UV light and whatnot, so everything's all protected and fancy orange plastics and whatnot. So the setup should be relatively simple from my understanding, because there really is not much to these. And yes, people are going to ask, no, there will never be a Voron resin printer. There is simply 0 point to it. You can't build a resin printer any better than what's currently out there or any cheaper. So there's pretty much no point to it. Now, this printer I did get. This was free. It was provided to me from Banggood. I know I'm not supposed to let the FEP like touch stuff, so I'm just going to keep it in its bag and put it there. So Banggood sent me this resin printer free on the condition that I do videos on it, and you know how it is for the YouTube peoples. So I will be doing a video on it, and I'll be doing the stream. I've been doing 0.08 on FDM machines for miniature prints. 0.2 is my normal height. Nice. You also don't have to worry about like stringing and stuff like that. So like I've seen people do crazy detailed models on FDM, and I've done some pretty detailed stuff, but then you look at whatever like a cheap generic resin printer spits out, and you can't match that quality. I'm sorry. So I never got into it because, one, it's messy. And two, I don't really do a lot of miniatures. If I still played Warhammer, I'm sure I would probably have gotten into resin sooner. But I don't play Warhammer anymore. I don't even have my army anymore. And I don't think I want to get the Games Workshop lawyers that angry. So I kind of held off on it, and I figured, you know what, I want to play with it, but if somebody wants to send me one, then I'll get one. And somebody wanted to send me one, so now I have one. So now I can play with it. Will you clipperize this printer? Oh yeah, we're going to put clipper on it. I got the Raspberry Pi there. We're going to try running at 10K XL. Well, that's the thing. It's resin. It doesn't matter. Speed, the only thing that moves is the Z. And it's pretty beefy. So let's take a look here. This is the Photon Mono 2K. So there's the Photon Mono Pro, I think. I don't know. There's a Mono X, which is the bigger one. And this is the 2K, which is the smaller one. So you got this chonky linear rail in the back here. It's an MGN EG15 linear rail. So just to compare, here's MGN 12 next to it. So just to compare, so that's EG15 and MGM 12. So that's pretty chunky. And then the lead screw is, I don't know the pitch, TR8, TR4, TR2, I don't know. It's a random lead screw. Not a ball screw, it's a lead screw. I know the higher quality ones, like the higher end ones, come with ball screws and usually 2 rails, I believe. But this is a smaller machine, so. Cure time. Yeah, I'm going to get into all that other stuff. So, I've got it out. I've got the plate, which I don't have a flex plate for it. If I do end up liking this and doing it more, I probably will look into getting like a Wham Bam flex plate or whatever. Yeah. Ooh. Are you serious? Oh, okay. I thought these were masks. These are for pouring your resin back into the jugs and filtering it. I thought these were, you know, masks. Okay, so I have these. It comes with gloves. Overhead cam. I got gloves. I got another spatula. It's actually, you know what? This is the best spatula I've gotten. Like, I've got my own. But in terms of spatulas that come with machines, compared to at least the Ender ones, these are better than the Creality one. Power. Because we need power. And 12 volt, 4 amp. So it runs at 12 volt. So, well, we got to get peak efficiency out of those, whatever the driver is. A credit card? After sales service card. Sweet. Andrew Rogers, $4.99. Flex plates are a godsend. Love mine. I probably will be getting one. QC Pass 2020, December 17th. And some Allen keys. Stay in the bag because I got my own. Don't use the metal one in the FEP. Oh, I know that. I know. I have done a little bit of research. I wanted to go into this relatively blind. To kind of give a little bit of a first-hand experience, like, oh, hey, this is the first time using it. Let's see how it is. But I didn't want to be completely out of the loop. Like, I wanted to know at least the basics, right? Because I figured, hey, if somebody's going to get interested in buying a printer, a resin printer, they're going to look up some things. So, printer does not go brr. Printer goes up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Headlights go up, headlights go down. So yeah, so the machine itself feels pretty solid. It's anodized aluminum. A lot of anodized aluminum. QC pass 08, QC pass 06. That's good. I think it's a touchscreen. So yeah, so dropping cameras. Yeah, that's that for the printer. So that's actually relatively straightforward. The unboxing was simple. That's it. So moving on, instructions. Pop-up headlights. Yeah, headlights go up, headlights go down. Headlights kill pedestrians when you crash into them. That's why you don't have pop-up headlights anymore. So, assembly and leveling instruction. Unpack and remove all accessories, then plug in power. Then plug in the power and turn on the power switch. Rise the Z axis by 10 millimeters. Okay, I'm powering it up already, apparently. Get some power over here. Not knock over my my lights. CS Hide sells FEP. Apparently, I can't replace the FEP on this. I've looked into it. Apparently, you can't replace it. You have to buy like a whole new unit. But I guess there's a aftermarket one that everyone buys, and I'll probably grab that. Because I know the FEP is a consumable. But I don't know. Honestly, I can't say how much I'm going to be printing, right? This is my first time using resin. I don't know if this is going to be like, oh, I'm going to go crazy into it now and be doing it all the time. Or if this is going to be like, you know, I print one thing a month, if that. So we're going to wait and see. Wait and see. Will it spark? I hope it doesn't spark. I at least like to, you know, get content out of stuff before breaking it. Okay, power brick. I hate big chonkin power bricks, but I got one. Okay, try not to pull a Joel and push the button while it's on. So put that back over here. It doesn't have any screws in it. In the box, no, it does not have screws. This has screws for this. I know this has to do with leveling. So it says plug it in at the back. Okay. And then it says turn it on. Oh. It says photon. Okay. So it says tools. Move Z. 10 millimeters up. Loosen the 4 screws. The resin tank, I mean, does it have a bunch of screws in it? It does have a bunch of screws, but I watched a video because I did watch one review and I can't remember who did it, but they mentioned that even though you can take this apart, you can't replace the FEP. It's like part of it. Okay. So I need to loosen these 4 screws right now. Okay, so these screws are loosened, so this wiggles. Install and secure the printing platform. Oh, I should probably... Yeah, get that LTT peel going. Take this off. So the build plate is just metal. There's like nothing to it, I guess. Okay, put that in. Tighten it down. Place the leveling paper on the curing screen, then touch home. Okay, it doesn't fit, guys. Okay, I guess that will do. Because this is just going to float, right? Yeah, so, oh, I see. Okay. And then touch home, wait for the Z-axis to descend, and then it will stop automatically. You know, I'm going to cut this. Check if the build plate is straight. The build plate is floating. Because that's how this works. To level it, you put this piece of paper in here. And then you hit home. And the screws are loose. And then, finger press on top of platform gently and tighten the 4 screws to secure the platform. So, that is basically your Z offset is the piece of paper. So the screws are loose, and now I tighten the screws with the piece of paper being the spacer. Put the paper in sideways. Yeah, I could have done that, but I could also cut it so that now it's universal. Now it doesn't matter which way you put it in, right? Future proofing. Do they have an STL? You can download the CAD file and convert it to an STL. Okay. Finger press on top, secure platform. Lastly, return the tool menu and press Z0 to confirm 0 position. Okay, so go back to the tool menu. So, tools, Z equals 0. Enter. Rise platform now. Yes, enter. Okay, that comes up. Okay, get my piece of paper out of the way. Okay. Now click detection on the screen. Select an image and the testing time, and then click next on the screen. The curing screen should display. Okay, so now we're making sure the screen works, I guess. So detection. That 6 seconds. Next. Okay. Sure. Okay, and let me do detection the whole screen. Next. Okay, so I don't know. Am I killing my camera here? Am I gonna get cancer? I don't know. Whatever. Cool. There's that. This is the part where we go blind. I'm wearing my glasses are UV. They're whatchamacallits. They're the transition lenses. So theoretically, these should darken, right? Because it's UV light that darkens them. Okay, install resin vat. Do I have a microfiber cloth? I do have a microfiber cloth. Does this have to go in a certain way? I don't think so. I got measurements on the back there. Okay. So that goes in. Oh, I gotta loosen these. Okay. Check if you see the square image on the display. I did see the square. So let me detection. Let me do the middle square because I did do the outer rectangle and then the inner one next. So yeah, you can see there's the inner one. So the screen's working. We're good there. I think that's it. Yeah. The cutout for pouring resin should be closest. Okay, I gotta spin it around then. See, this is why I live stream it, because people tell me when I'm screwing stuff up. I know I should probably be wearing gloves or something just for fingerprints, but update my firmware. Well, I'm going to follow the instructions. Insert the USB memory. I don't have a memory card. Apparently, like nothing from, if you buy anything from China right now, it doesn't come with SD cards or memory cards. So I don't have one. So what? Cheeto box? Is that the slicer? So watching Nero, aka Mr. Appearing somewhat noobish while doing. Hey man, we're all learning stuff here. So let me go to Banggood.com and see what it says, because mine didn't come with an SD card. Lychee slicer, is that the one? Because there's Cheeto box and lychee, right? Lychee. Okay, we'll go with lychee then. Mango 3D.io. Download lychee slicer. Downloading now. There we go. Okay, I got a bunch of people saying lychee, so we're gonna go with lychee. While we're doing that, everyone, in the link below, there's a link to Thangs. Click that link. Let's find something to print. Because I was going to do the Papa Musk, but I already printed him. So let's find something. Yeah, it has something to do with shipping. They can't ship SD cards or memory cards, or I don't know if it's the chip shortage or what, but nothing I've gotten has come with SD cards lately. Smoosh the smash button. Yes. Everyone, make sure you like that smash button. David Hart, $2. Acceptable bed mesh variants over 350 millimeters. I've never run a bed mesh. All my printers are flat enough to not need a bed mesh. So let's see here. Let's print something. Let's see. Ooh. There we go. We're going to do the Skull of Gul'dan. Because I have two options for resin. Right now, I've got two options. I've got Soraya Fast Gray. I got a liter of that stuff. But then I also have Translucent Green Anycubic. I got a USB stick. I got nothing. I've got nothing. Now, I don't know if that's just because of Ali, but yeah, I don't. So we are going to go with this Gul'dan skull. Actually, this might take too long. Let's see what we got. Liter of cola. All right, I could scale it down. It's a... Yeah, let's download that. So download all. Install lychee slicer. Oh. Avoid green as a first time. Smells worse and is much thicker and harder to clean up. Okay, wait. Check expiration dates. They should be, you know, this one's good till next year. And the Soraya Tech is, I don't know. It doesn't say anything. Like, both these I bought from, like, official stores on Amazon. So we should be okay. Void green. Okay, I'll go with gray. Boron cube. Okay, I'll do a boron cube. Yeah. We'll do the boron cube. Only benchies. I could do a benchy. Everyone wants the benchy, but I don't want to do a benchy. I don't even know how these slicers work. Run lychee slicer. Okay. Print a ding ding. Really? Well, I was gonna say it should have like a test model, but it doesn't, because it doesn't. So lychee slicer. Okay, I accept. Install. Accept. I gotta register. Can't see my passwords, right? I accept. No newsletter. Print all the models. Oh, wait, I gotta activate my email. Fine, I'll do a benchy. Activate my account, yes. There we go. I'm not a huge fan when software that is like just a tool requires like registration, especially like free software. Why do I need an account? I don't know. It's Lychee Slicer 3. People said use Lychee Slicer. I downloaded Lychee Slicer. Fine, Voron Cube. I got a Voron Cube. Well, once the slicer is done loading, I'll do a Voron Cube. I'll do a small skull, Gul'dan skull off fangs, and I'll do a ding ding. I'll do all three. I think I have the Ghost Ship Benchy downloaded. I'll have to take a look. Okay. Choose your printer. So it's an Anycubic Photon Mono. Okay, so Anycubic Photon Mono. Okay. Video tutorials. We don't need no stinking tutorials. It's a bird. What's the bird? Should I print the bird, guys? What's the bird? Goodbye, bird. Add files. Okay, let me see here, because I don't know what I have saved on this computer. Downloads. Okay, so we got that guy. How do I add? Add. Now, I shouldn't actually have him directly on, right? I should have him off the bed, right? That's something with import. Okay, let's see here. And then a benchy. Yeah, so, wow. You need to decide if you're going to print that thing solid or hollow. It's a muscular mushroom man. Make the resin exposure test first. It's fast, and then you know how to set up time. Yeah, I could do that. Hollow. Okay, how do I make these hollow? Range all. Auto arranging. Okay, so it's doing that. Yeah, I want them over there. I want them side by side. Okay, so how do I make this hollow? Supports. Preview, export, magic. Salt, malt. Yeah, you know what? Rotate models by 45. Okay. Slice? Where's slice? Magic? What is magic? Is next after supports. Oh, preview? Okay, so layout. Okay, supports. I don't think we need support. The benchy? No. Wow, there's a... I'm going to have to learn all this. Preview? Oh, I see. Okay, so hollow. So make hollow. Hollowing. On. Right? Right, so that's hollow. Oh, wait, what did I do? Oh, I put a support down. Okay. Click magic. I'm feeling lucky. Okay, there we go. Magic. I'm feeling lucky. Cool. We're going to have funky benchies. There we go. Add drain holes. Okay, well, I'm not going to do that for the benchy. I'm gonna leave the benchy as is. I'll let oh, wow. I don't know how these slicers work. Drain holes. Where the heck are drain holes? Maybe I should have watched the tutorial. Overhangs will not print. Supports on the tip of what? You know what? We're just going to let... I'm pretty sure you could print a benchy just fine. Try a single model for the first print. You know what? We'll go with Mr. Muscular. Layout. There. Range all. There. Port preview. Slice. We're going with the muscular mushroom man. Is it slicing? Clipping. Oh, it's what? 3 hours? That's 3 hours? Wait, oh, I gotta tell it resin, right? Ah, crud. Library? No. Woo. Not gonna work right. Okay. Okay, you know what? I'm not gonna make you guys suffer through this. I'm gonna download a test model. Because I really shouldn't dive into that probably that soon. Set up your machine in Lychee. I did. Object, edit, supports, view, camera, 3D printer. Okay, so 3D printer. It's an Anycubic Photon. Brand. Okay, there's that. I can't select import. Okay. So it doesn't have any default. I didn't get the USB stick. Cubic photon. It doesn't come with the USB stick anymore. They just don't. Due to custom limitations, will be blocked. It will not be included. Manual photon workshop. It's a Google Drive. Let me see. Go to drive.google. Download. No, it just comes with Photon Workshop. Use the cog icon. Coin. This is a fun stream, isn't it, guys? G2 box. The double rook lattice cube. Okay, well, let me see if I can find resin test print. Anycubic. Because I didn't get an SD card or anything with this. So I'm kind of going in this, here, let me get the music going. I'm sorry, guys. There, music, sorry. Let me at least get the music going. Printed Dogecoin. I printed. I have that already on the shelf, but it's in FDM. I got the doggo somewhere. Doggo. Okay, you know what? It's got this, like... Let's just do this little guy. I don't know what this guy is, but... Try resin printing. That's the... Okay. Two hours, 28 minutes. See, how do I add resins? Like, does it have pre-made profiles? Supports. Okay, supports. Can I have it auto add supports? Do I need to manually add supports? Like, should I be adding supports here or just click magic? I'm feeling lucky. Auto supports, optimize, bracing, wrapped. I'm feeling lucky. Right? Why is he now floating? Go with the boat, oriented as usual. Loltech, we gotta get the printer going. I've never played with resin before. I told you I was going into this blind. And it doesn't come with any test anything. So I gotta kind of figure this out. That will print with no supports. Okay, so then off everything. Cancel, cancel, undo, go back. Okay, you know what? We're just gonna slice this guy and whatever happens, happens. Preview. 3D printer. Okay, can I edit? Thickness, number of layers. I don't know what a burn-in layer. Exposure time, that's the first layer. Okay, normal layers. Layer thickness, light off. Exposure time, does this tell me anything? No. 2 seconds, sure. Lift after print, 6. Speed, sure. Okay. Yeah, let's roll with that. You have added a hollow system. Add a hole. G2 box has built-in profiles for resins. I've checked the box, okay? For everyone asking about why it doesn't have an SD card, it's because nothing shipping out of China right now will come with an SD card. Simple as that. There is no SD card. There's no point checking the box. So. And Andrew, thank you for the $5. Hollow. How do I turn hollow off? Hollowing off. There. Okay. Preview. Slice. Is it already sliced? Export. Okay, so 2 hours, 28 minutes. Okay, okay, okay. Anti-aliasing off. Destination file, sure. I need an... What does this take? USB stick. Do I have a USB stick? Does this one work? Hey! It needs to be hollow. It doesn't need to be hollow. Oh, the box the resin came in. I threw that out. Well, if I print it solid, I don't need to worry about a hole. So you're gonna export to my computer. Okay. Like, what the heck? It's got an ad in it. I'm not liking this lychee slicer. I'm not liking this. Ooh. Giving some fancy effect there. Add because free version. Okay. Compressing files. Slice finished. 9.8 or 9.18 milliliters. Cool. Neat. Okay. Okay, so that's that. So now I take this and I put it in the printer. And it's a USB card, so I put it in like 3 times. And it's not there. Does it need to be in a folder or something? Okay, it's a PWMO file. What the heck is a PWMO file? Is that what they use? Oh, FAT32, okay. Yes, I've leveled the bed. FAT32, yeah, that would be it. Well, this is an 8 gig. Turn on anti-aliasing. Standard V1, sure. Okay. Prusa SLA slicer sucks. After tonight, I chuck it out the window. Well, I got a jug of resin I gotta burn through at least. Like, honestly, I'm sure once I spend some time to actually, like, I'll watch some tutorial videos and whatnot. And, we should be okay. I'll be fine after that. It's just I'm going into this blind because I want to see, hey, I just bought this. I don't know what's going on. Let's see how it goes. And the fact that it doesn't come with anything, it kind of just throws you out there. Okay, there it is. Okay, so now I need to add resin. So I can add, I'm not gonna fill it up, obviously. Why would they not? It's not Anycubic. It's pretty much anyone, like, can't ship SD cards. They get held by customs. I don't know. The last few things I've had come from China, no SD cards. No SD cards, no memory sticks, nothing. So, my Ender didn't come with one. This didn't come with one. Any controller boards I've gotten haven't come with one. Like, it's just, they don't come with them. Now, I don't know if that's a Canada thing or what, but I have to open this up. I should put some gloves on. What temp? 20 Celsius-ish? Remember, if I ever need to, like, print anything warm, I can put it in a boron. Check the website. Yeah, let me see. Anycubic. Photon 0, photon. Yeah, so it comes with the slicer, but no firmware. Oh, that's not even the right printer. Support. Photon Mono. Where's just the Mono? Photon 0. Mega. They don't have the Mono. Whatever. I got something sliced. So let's see how this goes. It's gonna be like 2.5 hours. So. Well, honestly, the only reason the experience is kind of crappy is because the slicer saw. Everyone's thing was good up until we got to the slicer. Do I have a respirator? Okay, we're good. Okay. So I filled it up to the 140 line. That should be okay. Yeah. There's that. So do I need to put the lid on this, or can I just, you know, push go and it goes? Right? I should just be able to push start. Or open. Oh. Okay, it's doing stuff. Oh wait, it's resin. You don't know if it works for like an hour. So it's doing its like first layer. Then it comes up. Huh. Well, here, let me turn it so you guys can see. I don't know, does moving these affect anything? You can pause the print after 30 layers so to confirm that it's stuck to the bed. Okay, I can do that. I can always pause the print and check. It should lift the bed out of the vat enough for visual inspection. Okay. Okay, so everyone's saying pause the print. Okay. Wasn't that hard. Honestly, it's the slicer. I don't know anything about the slicer settings, right? Like if you were to give somebody a 3D printer, at least, you know, I was hoping it would be an experience kind of like Cura, where you could just say, I have an Ender 3, here's a default profile, YOLO, go. But, I guess with like support and orientation and stuff like that, there is a little bit more to it. So, yeah, we'll see. We're on layer 3 of 800. Now, I think it's only going slow these first few layers, and then it's going to go quicker. Cool. Can I do the upside down trick? Yeah, sure. One sec. Oh. I got you. It's all about orientation and support. Yeah. Yeah, this is the first time I've used a resin. I was hoping it would come with like a default print, but what's the photon slicer? They don't, on the website, it doesn't even have Photon Mono as an option. 3D printers, Photon. Series, Mono, okay. Now, where is support for the Mono? Bulk order request. No, I don't want bulk order request. Watch it do its thing. And mine didn't come with a USB stick, so. Okay, so I downloaded Cheeto Box too. So let me try Cheeto Box. I know that's what whatchamacallit, Uncle Jesse uses. So let me try Cheeto Box. Cheeto Box has default profiles for all the Anycubic printers that just work. Okay, so settings. Is this even making noise? Okay, considering I'm used to like FDM printers, this thing is like bloody quiet. How's the smell? I can't smell anything. Like I legit don't smell anything. I don't think the Soraya Tech smells. Like from what I understand, the Soraya Tech doesn't smell, so it's like I'm gonna do something that probably everyone's gonna be like, don't. It smells like a very mild epoxy smell. I don't know. Like, you gotta understand, I work in a factory that builds injection molds, and there's like machines and coolant and cutting oils and welders and injection molds shooting all kinds of plastic in-house. So I'm kind of like desensitized to a lot of industrial smells. I barely smell them. So yeah. Tastes better than it smells. Sweet. Okay, so I got Cheeto Box here. So profile. Add new printer. Okay, there we go. Anycubic. It's a Photon. Photon Mono. Yeah, okay, so add that. Okay. Resin. Layer height, bottom layer count 6, exposure time 2 seconds, bottom exposure time is 40. Okay, so that's for your first layer. Bottom lift distance 6 millimeters, lifting distance 6. Sure. Advanced anti-aliasing. Yeah, we'll turn anti-aliasing on. Why not? Wow, there's like not a lot of settings. We're on layer 16 already. Cool. Bottom layer could be 15 to 20. Okay, so we'll go with 20. I'll play it safe. Like honestly, what's 5 seconds? Advanced, yeah. Okay, 2 seconds a layer. Is that about right? Like, what's shake well before first layer exposure 20 to 80 seconds, normal exposure 3 to 15 seconds for Anycubic Photon. But that says that's a mono, because a mono, from what I understand, a mono screen is better because it more UVs. So it's faster, right? Okay, so we got that. So let me try importing a model here. All I know is like this bed is small. Okay, so I want to bring in a model. Let's open file. Downloads. So let's bring in the athletic mushroom. Let's rotate him so he's facing forward. Not that I don't think it matters. Okay, so if I were to bring him in, scale, mirror, rotate, screenshots. Oh, here's supports. So that's the different sizes. In support, add supports, delete, edit. Is there auto? Like, is auto generate a thing? Or do I have to basically manually add everything all the time? Yeah. It's 47 cents. Ooh, 2 hours. Oh, it's quicker on this guy. Yeah. Honestly, this is probably something I'm going to play with on my own time. Should rotate the model so each layer has least contact with the FEP. Yeah, because it pulls off the FEP, right? So... tip to speed up print, rotate it so lower, less layers, less printing time. Oh yeah, so like the I know it's Z height. For resin printers, it's all Z height. Okay, so pretty much every time I slice something with a resin, I'm going to be manually setting everything up. That kind of makes sense, I guess. Okay, so if I hit pause, it'll raise up, and I should be able to see if we got something, right? Okay, so we got 30 layers. So I'm going to hit pause. Oh, okay, it's coming up. Pretty slowly, but it's coming. Ooh. Okay, I think I got something under there. Yeah, I got something. I don't know. You can kind of see there's a platform thing in the middle. That's circular. Okay, so we're good. Resume. Resin is so fun to watch, isn't it? Should have put clipper on this thing. Why is it so slow? I don't know. I'm assuming it's like a default setting for like movement. Like if you go back, how long have I been streaming for? If you go back an hour and 15 minutes, you can see everything we've done up to this point. So there should be a pop after each layer. I don't hear a pop. I don't know. Yeah, I guess you want it to go slow. You don't want to be running like 8K accels on this thing. So the goal is never ever refill the resin while on pause. Print will fail. Do it while it's printing if you have to. Okay, that's good to know. Alduin. I still have the files for Alduin. And I've got translucent green. So this will probably be actually the first big project I try on this thing, is reprinting Alduin. Obviously he ain't gonna be the same size as this guy. But I want to try it because it's got all the spikes and whatnot. I want to try that on a resin, see how that goes. So we'll see. Drying paint is more exciting than this. I know. So, let's move on to something even more exciting. Firmware. If I can get power over here. See if I can get an extension cord. I don't have an extension cord that long. Ah. Fun times. Oh, okay, maybe that'll work. You go there, you go there. You go there. You go in there. No sparks. Any news on Avro parts? Avro's still months out, guys. Unplugs resin in. No, they're hooked up. They're different plugs. It's actually on an extension cord. Hey, look at that. We're back online, but it's not running Clipper. Or it's not, it's got no firmware. Yeah. Brass inserts don't work. So, for those unaware, there's two types of plastics. There's thermoset and thermoform. What is it? Thermoset? Oh my god, I work in plastics. I should bloody know this. Thermoset is once it's heated, you can't reheat it. It'll burn basically. So not all plastics are recyclable. So some plastics you can basically just melt them down and form them again. So those plastics you can melt inserts into. So like ABS, you can melt inserts into. Resin doesn't. Once it's solidified, you can't melt it again, essentially. You burn it. So. It does a reset on the screen? No, it does not, to my knowledge. I know so on the Spider, I'm going to make a PSA right now. If you have a Spider board and you want to use a Mini 12864 screen, go check the FISEC section on the Discord, on the Voron Discord. You have to cut a pin off or remove a resistor, because if you hit the reset pin, it shorts 5 volt to ground. I guess they copied a circuit out of the Cheetah for it, but the Cheetah had something different further down the line. Yada yada. You'll short 5 volt to ground. You'll fry the board, or not the board. The board will be fine. You'll fire the screen. The reason that wasn't caught in testing is because nobody who was testing it had a Mini 12864. They were running either no screen, like headless, like I run on some of my machines, or they were running like clipper screen, I think. So, yeah, and you gotta swap your X1 and 2, expansion 1 and 2, so you gotta cross them. But I'm gonna be running a panel deuce, so yeah. So let me go here. I gotta go find. Go to the FISEC section because they got all the instructions. There we go. So CD clipper. There we go. Hey, so I can see chat. Okay, there we go. What do you mean no make menu config? There we go. Okay. So enable processor. So we have an STM32 446 60 or what's the 12 megahertz crystal. Where is the bootloader? 64-bit bootloader. I'm trying to get replacement MOSFETs on my 2 SKR2s, so would you say I'm better off getting a Spider? That's up to you. If you have SKR2s, they'll send you new ones, I believe. Like, you can get replacements. Update clipper. Oh, I gotta update it. Yeah, I'm out of date. That would explain it. Cancel that, close that. Yeah. Oh, I'm running an old one. Okay, update clipper. Back to resin doing resin. Oh, how's the 5G? The 5G is great. Wednesday kind of sucked. Or no, I got the shot Wednesday. Thursday sucked. Thursday I got the chills and massive headache all day. But other than that, feeling fine now. So. Well, I can really see my desk is not level. What shot? I got Pfizer. Should I get a genuine mosquito? Honestly, with hot ends right now, I'm not even gonna comment anything on hot ends right now. It's such a mess. Do all my updating. Pfizer's a 2-shot. Yeah. Honestly, Dragonfly, V6 with a titanium heat break. I just don't like the V6 because of the groove mount. Honestly, without the groove mount, the V6 functions just fine compared to the other ones. How was the flatness of the build plate on the Photon? Some people have been seeing warping. Oh, I have no clue. I didn't check it. I just, like, literally, what you've seen on the stream so far is all I've done. I haven't checked anything on this build plate. I'm sure if the build plate isn't flat, I can just bring it to work and grind it. Like, I have that ability, luckily, so... The big molds, does it make sense to have multiple parts per mold? It really depends on what's being made and what volume needs to be made and what prep machine it's running in, because a lot of times you design molds based on the machine. So if you want to run, you know, a 2-cavity, a 4-cavity, an 8-cavity, a 16-cavity tool, you might not have a machine big enough to run it in at your plant. Like, there's all kinds of criteria that come into account. I don't know how Joel makes these resin printer streams more exciting. Like, it's just, it goes up and down, and we're at 72 of 800. Like, it's just going up and down. Up and down. More high fives. Yeah, high five, everyone. And then, yeah, let's play with Clipper. Oh, wait, it's updating all the packages because I've been running an out-of-date version. So, it's that kind of night. So, everyone, make sure you like that smash button. And yeah. Hi, River Night. Just record the stream at 2x. Doge to the moon. Add something special to the drink. All the drink is special in this case. But yeah, while this is doing the thing that resins do, hey, why not check out the sponsor, Thangs? They have a bunch of Thangs to download. Go to Thangs. There's a link in the description. They have actually, that's one thing I do want to say. They've updated their AR feature, so now even Android phones, if you have an Android phone, you have to be running the latest version of Android, so it's got to be a modern phone. You can do the AR on your phone. So if you go to thangs.com on an iOS device or on an Android phone now, or a recent Android phone, you can actually view the 3D models that you're going to print through augmented reality. So it's pretty cool. So that's neat. And I've been talking with them about trying to get some other community stuff up and running to kind of make the site better. because it honestly, there's some great groundwork there. And once they add a few things, at least it doesn't crash like Thingiverse. Dustin, $20. Thank you, appreciate it. Been entertained. What is a goal, right? Yeah, the goal is to entertain and educate. That's why I do these things live, because, you know, some people are like, oh, why don't you? Like, I've already had DMs from people complaining that I should have known all this before going into the stream. And I'm like, that's not why I stream. I do it because why not? We're all learning here. It's if I did everything and I knew everything right off the bat, then how do I show you how to solve the simple problems? Maker Viking, hello. You're missing this exciting motion. And on top of this exciting motion, this exciting updating. So hope you got a drink, because it's that night. What do you do with the resin in the vat after printing? Dump it in the bottle. So apparently you can leave it in there for a while. You just got to leave the enclosure on. And I guess people even bag it, like put like something dark over it to keep, because as long as it doesn't get UV exposure, it'll stay liquid. You could just leave it in there. But I guess you should dump it into this if you're going to switch, or yeah. Well, in this case, this is my first time playing with resin, so I don't know what I'm doing. I was hoping this, honestly, the big problem is this, I was hoping to get it up and running and do the test print. The problem is the test print is supposed to be on a USB card or stick that they don't ship anymore, okay? So I had to download a slicer, and I've never used a resin slicer before, and then I've got people saying, oh, you have to print it hollow. You don't have to print it hollow. You can print it flat. You cannot print it flat. Test print, go. So now it's doing its thing. And yeah, so I figured, hey, we'll get Clipper installed on the Spider, and I gotta update all my packages first. So it's doing that. So watch that, do that, and enjoy a drink, guys. If you let it be, make sure to agitate it before printing again. Makes sense. The best way to print resin is to have a friend with a resin printer who also wants some FDM parts printed. Pretty much. Remember to stir it because the pigment likes to separate. Yeah, that's a good point. I really want to try this translucent green. I think what I'm going to do is get this print going. And then after stream, I'm going to try and slice something myself. See if I can figure it out. Get another print, and then swap to this stuff tomorrow and try this stuff tomorrow. Finished my V0 yesterday. Your videos, streams were an awesome help. Even connected the Pi 3 via UART. Yay! Thanks for what you do. Thank you for enjoying them. Glad you found them helpful. And $10. Thank you. Appreciate it. May mess with the jug sound. It's so satisfying though. I gotta find an SD card. Shoot. I have an SD card right here. Actually, no, because you need a smaller SD card, I think, for these. SD card, no. is that plugged into? I don't know what that's plugged into. We'll find out in a second. Is that the camera? No, that's not the camera. Do you know of anyone who sells metal dowels that are ground flat already, the ones on the C motor on the board? I don't know offhand because I make my own. I just get the steel, and I work in a tool shop, so I make my own, unfortunately. So I wouldn't be able to recommend anyone because I roll my own. So. Okay, update Moonraker now, and then upgrade Clipper. All the updates. Printing already. Yes, Mamish. It's resin. I know it's not the most exciting stream, but I've been wanting to get one of these for a while, and it took a month for it to show up, and it's been sitting in a box all week. So, yeah. It's my stream. Do what I want. How many liters of isopropyl alcohol does it take to fill the washing station? I don't know. I think it's 2. No, 3,500 milliliters. So almost 4. The problem is, Alberto, I live in Canada, so a lot of times like shipping makes it pointless. And update fluid. Plus, I don't really have the stock, so I'd have to buy the stock, and then using machines at work to make stuff for personal to sell is kind of like gray area and whatnot, so I don't like, yeah. Okay, let's reconnect. Buddy. CD Clipper. Make menu config. There we go. That's properly up to date. And the instructions on how to do this are on the Discord. So we got STMF32. Yeah, 46 or 446. 64 kilobit boot. Connecting via USB. Okay. Because we are connecting over USB. So escape, save configuration, yes. Make. Make. And we'll take that file, put it on the SD card, put it in the Spider, and it should flash. Now, when it comes to the Spiders, when you first get it, you have to flash it via SD card. And then I guess once it's flashed once with SD card, future flashes can be done over USB. So if your Spider connected via USB or UART, copy Clipper to the PI onto a FAT formatted SD card, rename Clipper binary to firmware.bin, insert SD card into Spider, power on the board, and wait a minute for the flash LED to stop blinking. So flash can be verified afterwards. Cool. Okay. So I'm actually wishing I had more than 3 monitors right now. Oop, pop up. John Clark, $50. Appreciate it, man. Where is it? Did it scroll past? Awesome. The only person that can make watching resin cure exciting. It's not curing yet. It's semi-curing. We got the wash and cure station to cure it. So luckily, somebody on the Voron Discord had one of these. This is like the first generation wash and cure, and I bought it from him for a good value, so I can't really complain. So yeah, so he kind of hooked me up with that because I didn't need like the big honking one that you see some of the YouTubers have, because I'm not going to be doing like crazy massive prints. Although I am going to try and print some boron parts on here. I know a lot of people. Why am I so? Okay. There we go. I know a lot of people ask about, hey, how do I, how do printed or resin parts fare on printers? I'm gonna try and print some parts on this, and test them and show you why it's not exactly a good idea to print some parts on your resin machine, because a lot of people have asked, and it's usually not a good idea. So, clipper, dot bin. There we go. USB drive. Did I format it to fat? I can't remember. Yeah, fat 32. Okay. So clipper dot bin. To firmware dot bin. Okay. Should be that there. There. You have to leave the SD card in it. Do you? I don't think you do. Oh, for future flashes. Now here comes the fun part, because I didn't think about putting the SD card in here, so hopefully I got enough room to do it. Oh, drop the SD card. Okay, that goes there, and then I gotta restart this. So, hey Ray, that's a reset button, right? That's not a, yeah, well, that's a reset, yeah. Okay, reset. Okay, the flashing button is flashing. And now it's no longer flashing. Board and wait a minute for the flash LED to stop blinking. A successful flash can be verified afterward by checking the SD card for a file named old.bin. Since I don't need this, out. Try not to electrocute myself. Touch anything that I shouldn't touch. Go. Put it in here, and I should get an old.bin. Okay. Oh, this is a corrupted one. I forgot. This is a bad SD card. No, don't use that SD card. That is a bad SD card. Pretty sure. I need more SD cards. Format disk. 32. Throw the bad one in the trash. Yeah, I need to do that. Problem is, all the other ones I have are like 64 gig ones, which I don't think I can flash it with a 64 gig. Let me check. I don't have one in the... There. This guy have one? Nope, that one does not. Where do I have an SD? Oh, yeah, down here. There we go. There we go. Okay, win SCP. Oh. Okay, let's try this again. Firmware.bin. Yeah, reduce the allocation. Yeah, I could have done that. I have a 128 megabyte one that I just pulled out of another thing, so I'm okay there. Okay, so that one's that. Firmware.bin. That's good there. Okay. So again. I had to put the fan there, didn't I? Could have put the fan anywhere else, but no, I put the fan right in the way of the SD card slot. There we go. Flash. Is there a wiring schematic for the stepper motor plugins for the SKR 1.3? It should be in the manual. Just plug in the motors for wiring them. Like if you're worried about the order of the wires, keep the order that's the same order of the wires on your current header for. Okay, so that should be good. There we go. Old.bin. So we are good there. Oh, that's flashed. Well, it is getting up higher. It's at layer 139. Resin is fun. Resin is so much fun. If you want to stick around and make sure you don't miss out any future resin content, we're going to be doing not a lot of resin on stream, put it that way. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you ring that bell. Want to help support the channel? Consider becoming a member. All that other YouTube stuff that YouTube people say. Go to onlybenchies.com. Yes, go to onlybenchies.com. Okay, so let's take a looky-loo here. So, we should be able to, at this point now, run that. Voila! Our spider. So copy that. Actually put that in Notepad. Paste. So there's that. Okay. So GitHub. No, not Voron. Who's this guy? That's not what I wanted. Isaac. Make sure I don't go to the Voron one because I'm logged into the Voron one and there's super secret stuff that you guys can never know about on there. So, firmware. Clipper. Config. I'm just going to copy this whole thing. Copy. And printer. Oh, fluid updated. This is a new update. Where is my setting? System. Config. Edit. Oh wow, they updated everything. I haven't updated fluid in a while, so this is kind of new to me. Okay. So see all this? I've already saved all this, so I'm gonna go Control A, delete, paste, save, and restart. So obviously it isn't happy. So now is the point where I go through and edit everything to make it match my current printer. So what I did was before I documents, downloads. Yeah. Edit with Notepad. So obviously before I deleted it all, I saved my old config. So I can't copy over much because this thing is using like a duet, but this has all my like offsets and my machine size and all that fun stuff. So now comes the part where do you guys just want to hang out and chill, or do you want to watch me go through configuration or watch a resin printer print? This is the most exciting stream ever. Config. Okay, config. So let me just pause this. I'm going to pause it and have it come up just so I can make sure that it's config chill resin. Okay, I'm pausing it again just so I can make sure that it's still working, I guess would be the proper term. I hit pause. You guys are gonna know, same time I know if it's all screwed up. Resin printing is all about avoiding suction cup shapes, inventing base. Thanks for the kit. Livestream was going to buy a kit from the company you unboxed, but decided against it after seeing your video. They are getting better, apparently. They've swapped out a few things. Oh my god, it looks like a resin print. Yay. Look at that. Look at that. It's a thing. Okay. Zoom. Open up F360 so you can all backseat drive. I haven't done anything. Honestly, Arrow's been taking a backseat. I've just been busy. Like, in case you guys haven't noticed, I haven't done any standalone videos for like the past 2 weeks. It's starting to get nice again. I have a house. I had to do house stuff. I got my COVID shot this week, so I was kind of sick for a few days there and with work and whatnot. So this past 2 weeks, we're kind of just taking it easy. So. There's already doggo hair in it. Probably. Speaking of doggo, let me see if he's out there. Nope. No doggo, unfortunately. What is the difference between mainsail and fluid? Whichever interface you like the most. For the most part, they're 99% functionally the same. Just go with whatever one's interface you like the most. Will I be doing the 0.1 upgrade? Yes, I will. I will be doing it once both of these guys are up and running. So we got to get, this guy's all good to go functionally. I just got to get the config done and verify everything works. And then I can button back up And then we have to do all the wiring on Toasty Boy. So my panels came in. I've got all the panels and whatnot now. So I do want to give a shout out to, I can never remember, MN laser cutting. MN laser cutting. So I want to give a shout out. This is Nemgria. If you're on the Voron Discord, this is Nemgria. He had extra panels that he just sent to me to replace the ones that were the wrong size that I got. So he has panels if you're in the US and I think Canada too now. So he wanted me to give a little shout out because, yeah. What is the difference between... Oh, no, I already did that. Yeah, I still got to print... That's the thing. I have to... Okay, so I got to get this guy back up because while Tallboy can print ABS just fine, my tune profile that I know is really good for, like, printer parts is on this guy. So I got to get this guy back up so I can print more stuff for this guy. And then also, for those that don't follow me on Twitter... shame on you. Follow me on Twitter at 3DPNero if you have the Twitters. I've got one of these guys. I need to print some mounts for that. Because I got a Hemera high temp. So it's got the copper block, the hardened nozzle. We're going to put that on the Ender 3. So we're going to pull the BQ H2 and throw it in the pile and put that on there. So I will say the Hemera's got really nice packaging. Like legit, it's got really nice packaging. So I've only played with it a little bit and just comparing it to the H2 is absolutely night and day. Now, I will be comparing it mostly to the LGX, but in terms of an all-in-one, we'll see. Well, I can't put it on my Vorons. It doesn't fit on the Vorons. And it's either the Ender or it's the Bonsai. But then also for the Ender, I have... Where did I put it? I have a flex plate bed for the Ender. I got a magnetic flex plate. So what I'm going to be doing on the Ender... It's going to get an inductive probe, it's going to get a spring steel flex plate, and it's going to get a Hemera. So now that they've had, like, at first, if you've watched my channel, you know I've criticized it in the past, but I believe it's gotten to the point where it's now mature enough that I can give it a proper review. Because I know the early revisions had a lot of issues with, like, gears cracking, and yeah, I did want to try one. I just wanted to wait for it to mature before I did that. Okay, config stuff. So I've copied over the serial ID stuff. So it's Core XY, 300, Max XL 4. Max XL 2D cell I need to add because we don't have that. Max Z velocity, 30. 15, we ain't got time for 15. Max Z acceleration, 350, square corner, okay. So stepper X is connected to the B motor, which we have, okay. Now I'm running 0.9, no, there's still 1.8s. Yeah, there's still 1.8s. Matt Lamb, $2. Sorry, I missed that. Dog no. Dog no. He wasn't out there last I checked. Yeah. Dog no, sorry. Why is this going so slow? We are a quarter of the way done and it's 10 o'clock. Not even, it's 21% done. What the heck? Yeah, whatever. Can I speed it up? Bottom layers, bottom exposure. How fast should my raising height be in millimeters? Let's double it. There we go. I don't know. I've never used a resin. Let's adjust settings on the fly while it's printing. Yeah, sure. YOLO. Okay. In a world of tiny steppers and geared extruders with these newer tiny hot ends with fully constrained path, why even bother with the Chimera? Well, the H2 has a lot of QC issues. And even the problem is too, when you go with these small motors and all the gearing, if everything doesn't line up perfectly, especially with these metal gears, you're gonna have binding issues. Also, this cannot push fast. I tried just doing straight flow tests, like how fast it could push filament through, and it conked out like I've never seen anything conk out as early as this does. So yeah. So in terms of like going smaller, remember, with modern firmwares and well-built printers, weight isn't everything like it used to be. Coda! Knocking stuff over. Come here. Sit. Sit. Shake off? No, you just want that. You say hello? Hey, what's this? Coda! What's this? Oh, yes. Pleasure to meet you. Pleasure to meet you. Okay. Go to bed. There you go. Just waiting for the Duff 699 doggo. Duff 699 doggo. Yeah, I basically call myself out, doggo. Yeah. You done did it done yourself. Yeah, so Duff 699, thank you. And Matt Lamb, $5. Thank you. Yay, more firmware. Okay, so stepper X, So position end stop is 250 and 250. Actually, shoot. Okay, good. Whenever you power up a printer for the first time, especially with Clipper, make sure you don't have a thermal runaway, because sometimes, depending on your board and your SSRs and how everything's set up, there is a chance that your heater might just turn on by default. So keep an eye out on that. I've already powered this up and it didn't, so I figured it'd still be safe. But yeah, keep an eye out for that. Das Boot, you screwed it up. It's like the smash button. Is the Chimera's weight justifiable? It's not any heavier than some other setups, honestly. Like, I mean, hey, we're doing a Chimera unboxing. It's one of those days. So, where's my scale? On. Why is that camera frozen? That camera's frozen. What the heck? Come on. There we go. Hey, it's the future. Okay. So. There's my scale. I don't know if you can see that. So, hey look, it's a Chimera. It weighs 321 grams. Just to compare, here's an Ender 3 stock extruder. 315 grams. People already take this thing, attach it to a metal bracket, and put it over top of their stock setup on an Ender 3. And so this is just this default motor. There's your motor, your extruder, and your hot end. Well, actually the hot end's not in it, but still, that's most of your weight right there. So it's not as heavy as you think it is, and it's still well within the realm of acceptable weight. Like, you gotta remember, we're basically slinging that all around already on a Voron, and people are doing speed benchies with it. And like, I've done under 10 minutes. So I think with modern printers, for the average user, chasing ounces isn't needed anymore. Like back in 8-bit days, and you know, where you would have ghosting for inches, yeah, it was a much bigger issue. But nowadays, you know, a well-built printer, and especially too, back then it was ANET 88s, right? You had acrylic frames and rods. Now we got extruded aluminum and steel, and like, you know, printers are better built than they used to be. So CNC machines routinely sling around thousands of pounds faster than we go on 3D printers. Look how fast the pick and place machine moves. So yeah, see, the Chimera, the problem I don't like with the Chimera in direct feed is you are completely limited by their form factor. They're usually wide. Now, on something like a Cartesian printer, it's not an issue because you're not constrained on your X. You can have it hang out as much as you want because it's all open air. Now, on a Core XY, you know, if I go to there, if it's wider, I'm going to run out of room. So, like if you put the Chimera on a Voron, you're going to lose, I think, 20 or 30 millimeters of XY. And then that's before you add fans. So you're going to lose X and Y because you're going to hit the front door too. You're going to print ABS attachment adapter for the Ender 3 on the Chimera. Chimera. Yeah, I'm going to print the ABS adapter on one of these printers to put it on the E3. Plus, it's all metal. I like all metal. Hi, David. Well, if you leave for 10 minutes and come back, I might be talking about a BOFA. You never know. Like, I do have some CNC stuff. I can pull the spindle out. I've been trying to delay going through configuration and setting up a whole new clipper config. I'm sorry, but it's you know, it's almost as boring as going through resin. It's that time of night. And by the way, David, if you're still watching, I don't know how people review the BOFA without making the obvious joke. That if anyone is aware of internet culture and in-jokes and memery, BOFA opens you up to some possibilities. Just saying that. Yeah, I've yet to see it, and I don't know how people avoid that. Why I go with the Dragon? The Dragon has the advantage of having a heater block that is, or a heat break that is supported. That's kind of one of the things I don't like about the Copperhead is, and the paste, and like, I don't like the paste. I don't like the paste. I don't like the fact that you have to go through a whole process to swap out a thermistor or a heater cartridge. The fact that Slice doesn't believe you need a sock. They don't sell silicone socks. Go watch CNC Kitchen's video. He had to make a silicone sock to get his Slice Magnum to even be stable at printing fast. And they don't sell socks. So, yeah, I don't know. I could rant about... Slice makes good hot ends. I'm just not a fan of the way the company is. But that's something else. Bank of America, what? Personally, tinfoil hat on. If they don't sell you a sock and you get a big blob of plastic, you're gonna have to rebuy their expensive thermistor and heater cartridge because you're more likely to damage it. Because a lot of times if you have a silicone sock and you get like the blob of death, usually it'll peel off really clean with a silicone sock. But if you don't have a silicone sock, odds are your whole hot end's gonna be pretty thrashed, and you're gonna have to buy yourself a new thermistor and heater cartridge. That's my tinfoil hat. So. Somebody once told me that they didn't do it because they looked into getting molds and it was too expensive. And as somebody who builds molds for a living, that is hilarious. Because that's not. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I got this too. Oh, and since David's here, I've got nylons, right? I've recently gone ahead and reorganized my filament storage because I needed more storage for other stuff and printers. So I went digging under my stairs and I found, you know, the grandma's apartment special shelving unit and rebuilt it up for filament storage. But David was kind enough to get me in touch with Polyalchemy, who not only sent over some awesome filaments, but got this now, the airlock system. So they're basically vacuum bags for your filament. So they're reusable. You got a little pump here that I got to charge. I haven't charged it yet. But they're reusable dry seal bags for filament. Now I'm sure you can, you know, go on Amazon and buy like the generic ones, but these are, you know, pretty heavy duty and they're filament size. So yeah. Thanks, David. And thanks, Polyalchemy. Yeah, everyone I know that has, like, I brought this up, and anyone who has used these loves them. Because I was looking into, like, a whole enclosure, but the problem is I don't want, like, a whole static thing. Because I don't have a lot of, you know, nylons and whatnot. So. Show the colors I got. Oh, geez, Here, let's go on an adventure. Shaky cam, go. I found out I have, like, an extra USB extension. So let's see, I've got Alpha Brass, Gold Rush, Misty Green, Emerald City, Silver, Onyx, Nightshade, what is that, Abyss, Aquamarine, and Lucid Pearl. And then I got the ABS, the Sparta 3D Sparkle ABS that I used to print Mr. Old Muskie here. I finally have stock of PLA. Like, if you want to know how bad it was, I was down to like 2 spools of PLA. It was getting bad. But yeah, I'm super excited to actually have proper filaments. Like, I still need to finish cleaning up the room because that's not clean, in case you can't tell. But I can see the floor now. What my opinion on the heated dry boxes? I have a dryer. It's down here somewhere. I took a dehydrator. I went to Canadian Tire, Crappy Tire up here. I bought a dehydrator, I cut the little rings out, and it dries the filament. So when I printed all the CF nylon parts for Toasty Boy here, that took about 4 days, and I kept them in which I have a video on my channel on how I made my dry box. I had no moisture issues. Now, granted, my basement's dry. If you live in an environment where if you have AC and heating and cooling in your house, you have like central air, and you're not living on the coast, I'm Southern Ontario. I'm next to one of the Great Lakes, but I have, my house is air conditioned. I can leave ABS and PLA out in my basement, and I have no moisture issues. I've never had moisture issues with any ABS or PLA in my basement. PETG, I don't know. I don't print PETG. But nylons, I do have to keep dry because it's nylon and it just sucks up the moisture. Same with the polycarbonates. But I'm lucky where I don't need to dry box most of my stuff. So, Bloody JMF. Me stalling because it's either clipper config or resin printer. Doing resin printing, which while it is, on paper, super cool to go, hey guys, it's doing 1.5 seconds per layer. It's not actually that exciting in practice, unfortunately. So, yeah. What first Voron would you recommend for someone who is new to Vorons but not 3D printers? Stranger, what printers do you have already? Zen, what config? It's this. This is my old config here. Oh, I gotta add the input shaper stuff. The config here on the left is the default config for the spider. And this config on the right here is my configuration that I had when I was running the Duet, running Clipper. So what I'm doing is I have to go through the whole config, copy over all my printer specific settings. So like my end stop locations, my values for input shaper, pressure advance, all that, pull those over. And then I have to go through the config again and adjust it for any differences in terms of my wire. So. I used to have printers in the bathroom, never had moisture issues with PLA or PPG. Yeah, honestly, PLA is pretty resistant to moisture. Like it's a pretty dry plastic, I think. So, like at work, we have like the 1,500 pound Gaylords of resin, and we have the big industrial dryers, which David, you know what I'm talking about. We got like ones that are like as wide as me with my arms out. They can fit like full Gaylords in them. But with injection molding, you have to be really careful with moisture. Ender 3 and a Wanhao D9. The D9 is also FDM, 400 by 400, but this is actually for friend. He has an Ender 3 only. If you have Ender 3s, you can convert them to a switch wire, but that still is the, when it comes to printers, 2 is 1 and 1 is none. So if you only have an Ender 3, I would suggest building a Voron from scratch. Now, it really depends on what size. A V0 is a great secondary printer, a backup printer, or a printer to show off. But it's a very complex, it's honestly the most complex of the Vorons. The V2 is the priciest one. It just unfortunately it is. But it's a Voron. When you think of Voron, most people think of the V2. The V1 is as good as the V2, only without some of the bells and whistles like quad gantry leveling, and it has a moving bed, so a higher center of gravity. The switch wire, if you already have a bed flinger, having another bed flinger is kind of redundant. If you build a Voron and then you want to convert the Ender 3 to a switch wire later, that's valid. And then the Legacy is kind of a retro mod, like a resto mod, which is kind of like, most people that build a Legacy build it for fun, not as I want a Voron. It's like, hey, I have some of these parts already, or I already have all the Vorons, I want another one because, Pokemon, gotta collect them all. Yeah, so I would say the V2 or the V1. I'm building a V1 right now. It's a really nice build. It is going a bit faster now. I changed the off settings, I think, a bit. I tweaked some settings. We'll see. I will say this is kind of cool. Dryer is fun, especially when you have to do a scale. Each of my dryers only hold 100 kilograms. Baby! I dry PLA for 8 hours and PETG for 12 and ABS for 24. Yeah, for ours, I usually just run them continuously. So what they have is like the presses that we run now have auto feed hoppers, so they don't actually have a hopper that feeds into the screw for the injection part of the press. What they have is they have the dryers. They'll put they'll load the Gaylord, and what it'll do is it'll cycle, like just suck up the Gaylord overnight and dry it out, and then that'll go into another Gaylord, and then the next day they'll run into the press. Triano, $25. Thank you, appreciate it. Thanks for the great streams and videos. Thank you for enjoying them. We're a tryout shop. Like, we build the tools and then we have a tryout bay. We don't run production. So it's usually they're swapping plastics around. It's not like they're always using the same thing. Currently printing skirts and tapping on a 1.8 frame. Nice. Oh, did I show you the skirts? So I printed the skirts. What I did was I printed 2.5 millimeters in KVP boron red, and then the rest in black, just eSun ABS Plus. So when you're looking at them, there's just that subtle, just a little bit of an accent when you're looking at them. But I didn't want to make them all black, and I didn't want to make them all red. So I just kind of, you know, did that just to kind of give them a little bit of an accent when you look at it, just to kind of make it look a little bit cooler. So, yeah, honestly, I'm really happy with the color scheme on this guy. Like the red frame, the LDO red frame is just awesome, and then the CF nylon with the texture. How do I do the color change? I hit pause, I unlocked the, I opened the door, I pulled out the old filament, and I loaded the new filament. I did it manually. If you have a Y splitter, you can do it like, my switch wire isn't enclosed, and I don't have an ABS profile for it. I've done stuff like that with PLA on it, because you can do that in Crucial Slicer. You can tell it to just change filament at a certain layer. But yeah. Yeah, the KVP boron red is, where is it? It's a really nice red. No, that's the iPrint 3D stuff. I don't know, I got it somewhere on my shelf here. It's a really nice red. And also, I finally have wood filament. I have never used wood filament, and I finally have some wood. I'm assuming it's wood PLA. So, Sparta 3D, if you're in Canada and you need boron stuff or just 3D printer stuff. Good guy who runs it. Because David doesn't ship to Canada. Yeah, ours are somewhat portable. Like, they are portable models, but we keep them fixed in place for the most part. Okay, Stepper XTMC 2209. Oh yeah, this is like the... Oh yeah, this is, yeah. Okay, so that's good. Interpolate true. Okay, stepper Y. I forgot my XY stepper on my duet config were in dumb mode. So position minimum, rotation that. This is a 250. $55 true. 37% done. Yeah, I should have been running these speeds from the beginning, I think. Any interest in EDM? Supposedly you can build an open source EDM. We have EDM machines at work. I've worked around them. I've never run them. I'm not a machinist, but they're cool. The problem is it's like you really need a reason to have an EDM. Okay. If you already have CNC machines at home, I could see getting into an EDM machine as a, you know, something to play around with. Now, there are two different types of EDM. There's wire EDM and I think it's sinker EDM is the other name. Wire EDM, you have a wire and you can use like a really thin metal wire and it's on a spool and it continuously spools. And you can use that to basically cut your way through metals super accurately because it never actually touches the metal. That's how EDM works. You never actually touch what you're cutting because you come really close to it, but you never actually touch it. It's electrical discharge machining, right? So you can use the wire to cut out super intricate stuff super accurately in metal. Whenever you see those videos on like r/satisfying gifts or whatever on Reddit, where you got like the two pieces of metal and one goes into the other, and when it goes in all the way, it like seals off and you can never see it. That's done on a wire EDM machine because you can cut super accurately with it. So those are wire EDM. And then you have sinker EDM where you basically, you cut a negative out of something. We use graphite, but you can use like copper or any other type of electrically conductive material. You cut a negative and you burn that into the metal. So when you look at like speaker grills and you got that really complex hex pattern, that's burned into the mold with a EDM machine. So, or anytime you got like a rib, right? Like when you got metal and you're looking at a plastic part and you got a rib in it, and the rib is like 30 thou wide and it's like an inch deep. And you're like, how did they machine that? They go in there with literally an EDM machine and they burn that rib out with like it's a graphite blade basically. So it's slow. Yeah, it's slow. It's something you set it and you let it run. And the thing is, as it machines, it also wears down your electrode. So a wire EDM, that's why the spool of wire is constantly being fed through. And on a sinker EDM, the trodes constantly got to be replaced. So usually you have like roughing trodes, then finishing trodes, and then like a final trode. Because as it wears away the metal, it also wears away your trode. Graphite's like the best material because it wears away the least. But you know, for a long time, I think they were using copper for a while and other metals that wore down quicker. So sometimes you would only have like a 2-to-1 ratio. So for every like inch of material or every like 100 thou material you wore off the metal, you wore off 50 thou off of whatever your trode was made out of. How do you tune decel in Clipper? Just half of what Excel tuning it out to be? Trial and error, I think. Usually I run them about the same though. Are we there yet? I know, sorry guys. This is, I knew this screen was not going to be a super, I mean, come on, it's a resin printer doing resin printer stuff. And me playing around with Clipper configs. Like, it is what it is. But we do got half an hour left. I will let the print finish. I'll clean it up, whatnot. I'll put pictures of it on the Reddit. It's cool. It has an optical end stop. So it's not a Z switch. It actually has an optical end stop in this thing. Neat. Is there a minimum to how little material, like liquid, should be in one of these? I don't know. Time to add resin. Oh, I don't think I need to add resin. I'm just curious. I printed off a few accessories for this too. I printed off a little 45 bracket so that I can hang the tray and let it drip. And then I printed off, because this model of the wash and cure station is for a different, is the older model of the Photon, not the Mono. So I had to print off an adapter. And enough to cover the bottom. Okay, well, I can't see the bottom, so we're still good. We're at 40%. Wow. How do you do a color change with resin? Apparently you can do it. You just have to basically pause it, swap the resin, and resume. And cross-contamination is probably a huge issue. Or the build plate blocked the view. I filled it up to the minimum. I filled it up to 140. And this print only uses like 9 or something. Best upgrade you can get for any resin printer is magnetic spring steel. Oh, I know. I need to get one of those. I know. Change the tank. Yeah, if you have multiple tanks, I could see changing that would be easier. You just have to make sure you wash it really good before you cure it finally. It's pretty cool though. The manual doesn't talk about which port on the two SKR 1.3 boards. Which port for what, Nicholas? Bruce is working on an USLA too. Funny joke. Funny joke. I don't know if you'd rather look at this or this. And pull down. Idle timeout, home XY position. Okay, so is it? Control, fan, LED. Where is my... thanks, should send you some stickers. I don't know if they do stickers. I do need stickers. Maybe they'll say, if everyone in the chat goes and clicks the thanks link and make sure they create an account and find something cool and downloads it, maybe they'll send me some stickers. So, yeah. Y'all should do that right now. This is the problem. I'm trying to figure out like my old config, which is horribly out of date, and trying to bring that up to a modern config. It's like bed heater probe. So where is LED control? I don't have LEDs. Only override axis Z. Oh, there it is. So it's my end stop pin is 250. That's 250, comma 216, because it is an old config. Speed 100, Z hop 10. Okay. And then they're set for -10. -10 is like a safety. Quad gantry level. Okay, so for 250 build, those. Oh, what the heck does interpolate do? So what interpolate does is, it's something some firmwares can do and some drivers can do, but essentially what it is micro stepping, right? So each turn of your stepper motor is 1.8 degrees, right? On a stepper, like a 200 step, or if you look at your stepper, most of them are either 1.8 degrees or 0.9 degrees. So each step is 1.8 degrees. So you can do something called micro stepping, where you divide that up. So the common micro stepping is 16. So it can move 16 fractions of that 1.8 degrees. Interpolation basically is like I think it's the software way of dividing up even more. And usually when you interpolate it to 256. The problem is I think you lose some torque. So usually you don't run interpolation on like your Z and your extruder. So see a config more interested in SLA. Well, right now I'm copying and pasting stuff. Cheat code macros. And comment for a 250 build. Okay. Save. Racing. Contains a parsing error. Line 519. Line 519. This is what I like about Clipper. Hey, you have an error and it is here. Go fix it. Okay. 519. Option LCD type in the display must be specified. I don't think I have a display. Let me... Actually, no, because I'm running the... Because I am running the panel do, so I don't know if I have a display in here. Macros, display. Yeah, I have it all commented out. Let's have it at the top here. I need to have this stuff here. Start. Oh, I did it on. Restart. Oh, why is it this way? Paste it in the wrong spot, yeah. Oh, cancel print already registered. What do you mean it's already registered? Why were you angry earlier? Print end, whatever. Cancel print macro not found. Well, where is my cancel print macro that I know works? Isn't cancel print already defined in another config file? I think it might be something, yeah. Okay. Oh, let's see. Hey, we got temperatures. We got temperatures. There's all my G code. So let's flip this guy up and that looks good there. I don't have a light. Probe ain't working. Why ain't my probe working? And I need end stops. I need my magnets. Uh-oh, where are my magnets? Isn't Cantle printer kind of Wild West? Yeah. Okay, so that goes in like that. Why don't you want to go in, magnet? Traces. So I'm gonna have to play around with this because I have to make sure some motor definitions are correct. That magnet don't want to go in. I'll have to fiddle with that. Okay, but it works though. We got temperatures, it's working. Resin printer time. So let's try this Chi2 box. Whoa, what did I do? What did I do? Close Chi2 box. I wonder where the steps on Clipper you need to tune your Z offset. I usually use the web interface. It depends. If you have the screen, you can use the screen. If not, use the web interface. Right now the screen isn't hooked up on mine, so I would have to use the web interface. Go. We got the Voron cube here. So if I rotate this, so 45 degrees there. Now 45 degrees there. So that's that. And then now if I wanted to print this hollow, settings. Okay, that's the machine. Dig hole. Hollow. Okay, and then dig hole. Circle. Add a hole. I'll add it right. There. So I got a drainage hole on the top. No, I don't want to put another hole. Here's select. Put on the plate. Heck is that there? Complete. Pretty much reserved for one. Well, I shouldn't need to put a hole on the bottom because it would just Can you lay it flat? Flatten by face, yeah. I want it on. Oh man. Flat. There we go. Yeah, so there we go. And then I got a drainage hole up there. Yeah. And then slice. Distance 6, bottom exposure 20. For temperature sensor for long run on the hot end, control board, thermistor or PT100. I haven't used the PT100 yet. So yeah. But I've been using thermistors for a while and I haven't had any issues with them. So yeah, a good thermistor will be pretty good for you, honestly. How do I add, if I want to add like a oak support? Okay, so I want a raft. Escape. Yes, escape. Ooh, Johnny, 12.95. I don't know why the jingle didn't play. But, ooh, thank you. Appreciate it. Greens from V2, 12.95. 95. Make me want to get an SLA printer now. Well, don't jump on it too yet. I'm still making, I don't even know if it's working yet. So, yeah. Oh, this is cool though. This is cool. Oh, now it pops up. Took it long enough. All supports. I don't know what this top middle means. Sure. It's that time of the night when we're running out the clock. You're not, Tater. Oh, I see. So it's supporting inside. Why is supporting inside? I don't need back. All. Hidden support. I wanted to get an Elegoo Saturn, but those seem to be impossible right now. The Model X are on Amazon ready to ship. Show us the slicer. There we go. I don't think it needs support, so I just want to put it on a raft. How do I just put it on a raft? Tight. Oh, I see. That's all that. Okay, so that's density. Okay, skate. Okay, so if I put that at like 50, it just makes it a little bit smaller. Okay, raft thickness, raft height. Okay, but see how it's that? How do I just... No, get rid of that. Oh, Z-lift, 0. Actually, 1. Well, then where'd my raft go? Back. Why is it going inside? I don't want it inside. I don't know. Yeah. We're going to call a stream there, guys. I'm going to have to watch some stuff on this stuff. It's definitely new to me, obviously. I know the stream tonight was kind of slow, but they have a resin printer. It's doing resin things. It's honestly boring as heck to watch. I was hoping it'd be a little bit faster, but we had a little hiccup with the fact that it didn't come with anything. But it is what it is. Played around with that. Yeah. I don't know. It's been a crazy busy past couple weeks for me. Back into the videos next week. Hopefully this guy will be up and running and we'll get on to the Toasty Boy and wrap that up. So I hope you enjoyed the little show tonight. A little relaxing, a little more laid back than normal. But yeah. It is what it is. Oh, next stream, we're going back into Toasty Boy. So, next stream's going to be getting this guy all wired up, hooked up, everything going. I know, it's a little content drought right now, but it is what it is. My magnets. Can't lose my magnets. I need my magnets. I used to have like 200 of these. I'm down to like 5. So, hope you enjoyed your Saturday night. For those watching the VOD, make sure you guys are like, subscribe, ring the bell, smash the like the smash button. And yeah, for anyone who donated during the stream tonight, you guys are all awesome. You help the content I create and the things I do. I want to give another shout out to our sponsor, Thangs. Thank you for sponsoring the stream tonight. I was hoping to be able to show off one of the prints, but I'll post a picture of it on Twitter. You guys take care. I know this isn't what we normally do, but hey, can't do the same thing every night. So, you guys all take care. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Be safe out there. Wash your hands. Have a good night.